Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome. It is the Stoner Jesus Show Live, a Stoner Jesus Show special. We're live on Twitter at Stoner Jesus 420. We're live on YouTube at the Stoner Jesus 420 and the Stoner Jesus Show Facebook page as well. See, that's not supposed to do. That's supposed to be scrolling. Hold on. See, Joe would already be making fun of me. There we go. Now it's working. We are gathered here to do a little tribute to Joe Destruction, aka Brett Anthony. Those of you who follow him on Facebook, we're friends with him on Facebook. Listened to the rock show he did for several years. Knew him as Brett Anthony. And, I'll go back and forth tonight. I knew him as Joe Destruction, first and foremost, when he came to the chat room of the Stoner Jesus Show in 2011, 2012. I'm not sure. He was one of the OG core of people in the chat room when the show started, after we just launched stonerjesus.net. And so be forewarned, a lot of the time tonight I'll refer to him as Joe or Brett. We know either one. We have a couple of people waiting in the wings. We'll get to in a few minutes to talk about Joe, one from outside the Stoner Jesus Show and one from inside the Stoner Jesus Show family. Little perspective. Each one I'll give 5 or 10 minutes to talk about Joe, all that good stuff. And then we'll devote the rest of the night to clips of Joe from the show, namely his many not award-winning, but should have been award-winning performances calling in as St. Paul. Those would be awesome. One's an audio clip and 2 are longer video clips that we did after we started doing the video show around 2017. But Joe, for those of you who are new to the show, hadn't been on the show in a while. I did write him a couple years ago to see if he wanted to come back on and do a St. Paul skit, and he never got back to me. And I didn't press the issue or bug him about it because I know he's going through a lot. Those of you who follow Brett on Facebook or friends with him, he had a lot of health problems, cancer namely. Spent a lot of time in hospitals, a lot of time in doctors' offices, an inordinate amount of time, really, more than anybody should have to spend. And he's passed away now. Rest in peace, Joe Destruction, a.k.a. Brett Anthony. Like I said, he came in the chat room 2011, 2012 and contributed a ton to the show. I mean, if you go back to those old episodes, which, you really can't now. I have them all on my hard drive, but I don't really play them anywhere. Him saying things in the chat room, talking about stuff in the chat room was a big part of the show. Those of you who know Joe, he loved radio, comedy, radio's Bastard Stepchild podcast. He loved all that stuff. And dark humor, off-the-wall humor, offensive humor, however you want to put it, which would be evidenced by the St. Paul skits coming up. Basically, St. Paul, to backtrack a little bit, I do a voice on my show that I call St. Peter. It's just me doing an old man voice. I can't do impressions. I suck at impressions. I can do a passable, well, not passable, but like a almost recognizable Bill Cosby and Bill Clinton as well. But that never really got me anywhere. So I did the old man voice for St. Peter. And Joe at some point decided that he was going to call in as St. Paul and just mimic that voice. And that eventually morphed into the barn report or the farm report, whatever the fuck we called it. The farm report, I think. Or basically, he would call in as St. Paul. He would play animal and farm noises in the background. And he would read very real bestiality stories from around the world and make jokes and puns about fucking animals. And that was the entire skit. That tells you the kind of thing. And I think that's why we got along so well. And he was so cool on the show, is because that's my humor too. Animal fucking is right up my alley, man. That's good shit. In any case, I'm going to take a hit first before we bring anybody on for Joe. I'll be hitting more throughout the night because, that's the Stoner Jesus Show. That's one of the things that he loved about the show. We were very open about cannabis and legalization and all that stuff. And so this is a hit of one of many for Joe Destruction. It's a shame. I'm not going to be maudlin or morbid or anything. Joe wouldn't want that. Another thing I remember real quick about Joe, a little tidbit. There was, like I said, there was many. One of the things that stuck out to me most, back in the day when on the show, I used to play music in between, segments or whatever. And Joe hated big hair metal. Joe hated Guns N' Roses. And I loved Guns N' Roses. It was my favorite band, in the late 80s, early 90s. So I would play Guns N' Roses. And every time I played a Guns N' Roses song, I would watch the chat room. Because inevitably Joe would have something snarky to say about how much Guns N' Roses sucked. And he wished I wouldn't play Guns N' Roses. Something in that vein. And it always make me chuckle because I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming, and I did it anyway because, like I said, I love Guns N' Roses, and I also loved to expose Joe to the greatness that was Guns N' Roses against his will, because he wouldn't leave. He would stay there to comment in the chat room. He would still listen. I don't know if he muted the show and just tried to guess when I'd be back. I never really asked him. I like to think that he was just sitting there jamming to Guns N' Roses and like, you staring Jesus, you motherfucker, exposed me to some great classical music. So, like I said, St. Paul stuff will be coming up later, but first we're going to bring on Matt and VDJ, Sexy Hippie. Let's see if I can do this without... Okay, VDJ, your mic is muted on your end. Matt, you should be good.
All right. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yep, we can hear you, Matt. We got you, VDJ.
Hello.
VDJ, Blazing One. Hell yeah.
Yep, this is for Joe.
For Joe, hell yeah. We'll start with you, Matt. Hell yeah. Nice. Look at that. That's one big motherfucker. Joe, we have
Yeah, you guys know enough's enough. I got this from Chips Enough.
Matt, I'll start with you. Like I said, a little bit about Joe. Like I said, 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to devote most of the show to Joe being St. Paul and the greatness of that. But Matt, tell us your thoughts on the passing of Brett and what he meant and how he was connected to your career.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for having me on your show. Joe. I knew him as Brett. I never really called him Joe, but he was always sort of like a temporary fill-in. I don't want to say sidekick. He was a co-host on my show, on my little Facebook Live and podcast. But I do have plenty of munchies here. You guys got some cheese crackers.
Oh, yeah.
And I got, now these are new. I don't know if you guys have heard of these or not. Okay, these are Mexican street corn Cheetos.
That must be an American thing.
I never saw them before today. I'm like, man, that is some good stuff. And I got one more thing I just want to show you. I don't know if you guys have heard of these. I highly recommend. I don't know if you like spicy stuff, but these are screaming hot veggie straws.
No, that would destroy me.
Ooh, I can't eat those.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you like the spicy stuff, but that's spicy. Anyway, anywho, thanks for having me on. Nice to meet you guys. Stoner Jesus, Brett always talked about you. He was a huge fan. I know he always referenced you guys, and yeah, for the past couple of years, he made some small, short little appearances. Pre-COVID, during COVID, a little bit after COVID. But last time I talked to him, I got a fun little story that you guys will appreciate, knowing Brett as well as I do. About a month ago, I got a phone call from over a month ago. It was back in June. I got a phone call from Steve Dahl's producer, Brendan Greeley. Now you guys know Brett. You know Steve Dahl, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. And you know Brett adores Steve Dahl and Gary and all those guys and the Loop, and so Brendan wanted me to come to his sister's 50th birthday party. Now I do a lot of impersonations. I don't know if you know about me or not, but one of my main one is Chris Farley. I do Chris Farley at birthday parties, and I pop in as Matt Foley, the motivational speaker. I have a little bit of a weight problem, that whole thing. So. Anyway, so I walk around, take pictures with people, act goofy and stuff. So I got to the party, which was last month, early July, and Brendan came out and greeted me before I went into the party, and we were talking and yapping. I was like, "Hey, man, great to see you," because I hadn't seen him in like over 10 years. Yeah. And I just kind of like just in conversation, I was like, "Hey, you remember Brett Anthony, right?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," because Brendan talks like this. Brendan talks real deep. He's got a real deep voice, And he goes, "Oh yeah, I know who Brett is." I go, "He's not feeling too good lately, man. I don't know. I just want to let you know he's not doing well." I briefly just brought it in there. I go, "Is it okay if we take a quick picture, just a selfie of the two of us together, and I'll send it over to Brett, maybe cheer him up a little bit, and that kind of thing." So just wanted to give you that little story, but Brett was a great guy, and he'd been doing my show since like 2015, 2016. Now, here's a weird thing. I only met him once in person. I don't know if you guys ever met him. Did you guys ever meet him in person?
I did not.
No. Yeah. I never had a chance to. I always planned on going down to see him, but I never had a chance.
He came I was working at a podcast radio station, believe it or not, in Naperville, Illinois, and Brett came all the way in from Wisconsin to do my show. He came in. I was like, Brett, make friends with these guys, get your own show. You got to have you're so good on the radio. You know so much about music. I go, you got to get your own show, man. So hang out with these guys, the producers of the show and the guys that own the station. Hang out after you're my guest. I'm going to go home and talk to these guys and set up your own show. And I don't know if that was his first radio show he ever had, but anyway. So then after that, he started doing stuff at WYML up in Waukegan, I think it was, and his show, the Brett Anthony Rock Show, just blew up, man. It was so cool, and I couldn't get the signal where I'm at because I'm about almost an hour and a half south of where he was broadcasting from. So he would send me illegal. He would send me illegal little like snippets of it in the email, right? And now after we lost poor Brett a couple of weeks ago or last week, I went online and I looked up all those emails and they were not available anymore to listen to. So I was kind of bummed out about that. But I have plenty of podcasts and I have plenty of Facebook Lives that are archived. They are on my Facebook page under Matt Cassane. And if anybody who ever wants to listen to some of those, all you got to do is go to Google and type in Matt Cassane Brett Anthony podcast, and they'll pop up on Spreaker and Facebook and all that stuff. So yeah, he was always so accommodating and a lot of fun. And we would bust balls, and he would give it to me, I would give it to him back, and we'd always make each other laugh. And I lived in Wisconsin when I was a kid for a few years, so I know the whole Wisconsin thing. Vince Lombardi and the Packers and George White. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys out of?
I'm from near Cincinnati.
You're from Cincinnati?
I'm from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, you're way up there, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. I'm a Chicago guy. I'm down here outside. I'm right outside Chicago. So, but anyway, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought.
How awesome Brett was.
Yes.
But I was leading to something. I don't know what it was. I forgot. But yeah, he was a sweet guy, and yeah, I got to be honest with you. When I saw his lady, is it Tammy? Oh man, I feel terrible. Is it Tammy? His wife was. Oh, I forgot her name. Oh, forgive me, hon. Tamara.
Yeah.
Tamara. That's why I'm cracking up. I'm going on very little sleep today. But when I saw her post when Brett left us last week or the week before, it just, you look at it and you're like kind of in shock when you see that at first, and it's like, man, I lost my friend, man. I go, as time went on, I just was like, I'm so heartbroken, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, I go, this is really terrible, because Brett, besides being an awesome guy and always being there for me, like he always shared all my posts on Facebook and Twitter, and always spoke on my behalf, and he was a great supporter of mine. So I'm seriously, guys, I don't know what I'm going to do without Brett, because he was like, one of the coolest dudes in my personal and professional career. We would talk off the air. I would call him, and when he started not feeling well a few years ago, I was just like, oh man, we can't, you got to keep doing the radio thing, dude. I know you're not feeling good, but you got to pull it together and keep doing it, So yeah, I will miss him, and I know you guys will too.
Absolutely. So such a talented dude, and such an integral part of my show early on, especially, like I said, with the chat room. That's where VDJ was back in those days, one of the core group of people. Matt, I don't know how much time you have. If you need to bounce, that's fine, or whatever. If you want to stick around, that's cool.
I'm interested in hearing his what was his character that he did for you?
St. Paul.
St. Paul.
St. Paul, and St. Paul bang animals. He liked to talk about it a lot. So that would be good. VDJ, what are your thoughts on Joe, knowing Joe passing on, all that stuff?
Honestly, Joe was one cool dude. He was just a cool dude. I loved him. I met him, of course, in the Stoner Jesus room, and we just started joking around. Same twisted sense of humor as me, catch me off guard, say stupid shit. There's certain things about him I'm always going to remember. And even before I heard that he passed away, certain things would happen and I always think of him. Like, good band name. Like the other day, my friend's kid, they had cheesies left over from when they went to the beach the other day. And, she's like, oh, it's Sandy Cheesies. And all I could think is Brent saying good band name, and blaming Canada. Everything's always my fault because it's Canada's fault. Blame Canada, and every time I hear that, I'm going to think of him. He had such a love for nature though. Like when I got to know him outside the show, he had such a love for nature and an appreciation for nature. When he was feeling well, I remember him posting on Facebook, pictures of the lake and, different places and stuff like that. And when I seen that was not happening anymore, I knew he wasn't doing well. And when I seen that he passed away, I sat there, I was in shock for a moment and I had a good cry. I never met the man face to face, but I still cried over my friend.
Yeah, I know, man. It's rough.
He was an incredible, incredible human being. And I planted a tree for him. I did one of those planted trees because he loved nature, and I'm going to remember how much fun he was. Like the jokes in the chat room, like those were the days, right, SJ? With all us old school. And I remember sitting there and be bouncing around. We feed off of each other's energy. And, you heard what was on the show, but what you would have seen in chat on top of it just made the whole experience. And Brent, it wouldn't have been the same without him. It really wouldn't have been. He was a huge part of the fun and a huge part of the charisma. He was just, yeah. So I'm definitely going to miss him. I kind of wish I would have made it down to Wisconsin to see him, but I did some baking today and I tried to make it where you could see it in the camera, but you really can't. And it is a brownie.
Oh, nice.
420 brownie.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think, I like to do things like that. So that's my gesture for him, in the afterlife. And I know, SJ, you got a special cloud for him up in heaven, stoner heaven.
That's right.
So he's probably up there rolling them. He's not feeling any more pain anymore, and that's the big thing. Like that gives me comfort to know that he's not sick anymore.
That's good. Yeah, that is a good thing.
Yeah. I also box of shots for tonight. See how many of these I can get through. It's going to be a good time. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved him. I really did. Remember, he had a thing for birds too. He always said birds were so smart. And I remember him talking about, I think he had a pet bird at one time, or he knew someone who had a pet bird, but he loved birds. And I would send him random bird videos. Every time I would see a cool one, I would send it to him. And he always, they're smart. He liked birds. I'm going to miss him. I'm really going to miss him, I'm going to miss him. I think a lot of it, he's going to be missed throughout the interwebs. I don't think we're really going to know how badly he's going to be missed, because there's so many people that he's probably crossed paths with that, they're going to remember him.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, and I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say real quick, I posted a few things. I posted one of the old Facebook Live shows that we did together, and then I posted something, just a picture of us when the one time we met, and so what I'm trying to say is a lot of people responded to it, and I was blown away by how many people remembered him and knew who he was and listened to his rock show. I mean, a lot of people listened to his show, man. He had a pretty big following. Now, forgive me if I don't think I remember. Did you send me Stoner Jesus? Did you send me the link to the Steve Dahl thing?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Steve Dahl. They actually talked about Brett last week on the Steve Dahl podcast.
Oh, okay. No, that wasn't me.
Yeah, they talked about him for a good solid 2 or 3 minutes, which is a lot,
Yeah,
And they were talking about how he passed away and stuff. But anyway, I thought that was very cool, you know. And here's the funny thing about it. And, you know, at first I was kind of a little bit pissed off at Steve for making fun of it. But then I was just like, Brett would probably really want it that way. At the end, he goes like, yeah, Brett was a cool guy. And in memoriam, I think his family should keep his subscription to my show going in his honor.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, VDJ. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to dedicate the rest of the night to Joe, aka Brett, and his maybe the best character ever. I don't know in internet history. I will say all these things are one is from the SoundCloud audio one. I'm going to play first. The other two can be found on YouTube. They're all public and, you know, all that stuff for people to check out. And so first of all, we're going to start with the SoundCloud one. I forget when this was or even what's in it. It's shorter. It's about 5.5 minutes. The next two are like 18 minutes and 16 minutes a piece. That's when we did a video show. And the first one was just his voice. And then the second one, I had like a picture of St. Paul next to me. But all of the St. Paul voice, obviously, was Joe. So thank you, VDJ. Thank you, Matt. And we're going to check this stuff out. Start, as I said, with the SoundCloud. Sex Stories from the Barn with St. Paul. The other clip is the Farm Report. So I guess we changed the name. I don't know. I don't think we ever settled on a name. It should have been called Bestiality Stories or Animal Fucking Stories or something along those lines.
No, it was always the Farm Report, SJ.
Was it?
Then. Yeah, it was the Farm Report. And honestly, I thought that was perfect just the way it was.
I don't know why this one says Sex Stories from the Barn, but it is what it is.
Well, you know why? Who knows? Maybe who knows?
Let's check it out. It'll be good.
Woo!
Totally, yeah, isn't that great?
God damn. I got a Kill House Party. Let's see what's up here. Stoner Jesus Show. Live. You're live in here. What the fuck's up?
Oh, hey, what's going on? It's St. Paul.
St. Paul. What the fuck is going on, man?
Oh, just out here at the barn.
Nice. Yeah, I heard you want to do a new segment.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to say, fuck you, St. Peter, you piece of shit.
Okay. I think we all can get on board with that.
Today we're going to talk about, what are we talking about?
You're in the barn.
Sex stories from the barn.
Sex stories from the barn, indeed.
Chickens are probably your easiest to fuck. Once you chase them, get back here, you little fucker.
Why is that, St. Paul? Why are chickens so easy?
Well, they're a little harder to catch, but once you got them, all you got to do is just kind of stick it in.
Yeah.
You don't really need a lot of lube. Blood usually acts as a
chickens are naturally lubricated.
Yeah.
St. Peter would know.
Nice.
No, you gotta be. A fucking goat tried to lick my nuts. Oh, sorry. You gotta be real careful with horses and cows because those fuckers kick.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I got kicked a couple times, but I think the one that feels the most like a woman is probably a goat.
Okay.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
What have you been sniffing, St. Paul?
Oh, goat. Oh, goat, I love you. Oh, sorry. Fucking cow, shut up.
Into it.
It's
like a real porno right here.
And I think, what were we talking about?
Sex stories from the barn.
Oh, sex stories from the barn.
I'm hearing those stories right now.
My experience, I think it's usually best to find a willing participant.
Wow,
and I think that the biggest whores in the barnyard are usually the goats.
You seem to really gravitate towards the goats.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of goat sex. They got that beard. It reminds me of when my dad used to. Oh wait, it'll.
This is an incredible report, St. Paul.
What was your name again?
This is the Stoner Jesus Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It's Stoner Jesus.
Yes.
Fuck you, St. Peter. What was his name? St. Peter. Fuck you.
Yes. Fuck St. Peter. Fuck him.
I don't want to fuck him. Ew. No one wants to fuck him, which is why you have no money, Stoner Jesus.
I think St. Peter prefers chickens.
That motherfucker owes everybody money. Piece of shit. But
It's a very noisy barn.
oh, we got a lot of cows.
St.
Goats,
Paul.
sheep. Oh, sheep. That's the one. Not goats. Sheep are the best ones.
Oh, I'm glad you fucking clarified that. I was going to go find some fucking ghosts tonight.
Yeah, it
But
gets.
you got to focus on the sheep.
Go,
The
the sheep are more like straight in. You know, it's more like a regular
They're a good height, I guess.
poontang.
Yeah.
It's more like regular poontang, if I can use a medical term.
Yes.
But
New England Medical Journal.
Oh my
that's
God.
right. You can call me Dr. St. Paul now.
Dr. St.
I
Paul.
don't think I will.
No. you wouldn't even qualify to be a vet.
Oh, I'm a special kind of vet. I make them less lonely. I'm a vet for their heart and soul.
St. Paul's doing good work.
Yeah,
Work on
somebody's got to fuck these sheep and goats.
That's right. It's good logic.
Okay. We can't have a barn full of unfucked animals. What fun is that?
Exactly. Be chaos, anarchy.
Oh my God. In
That's
the
right.
world.
They'll kick that barn right down. Oh, fucking horse is bitching again. Shut up. Sometimes
you.
when I'm fucking a goat, I like to try and milk it at the same time. If you can reach far enough, you know, sometimes it's hard. It depends on how you position yourself.
Yeah,
If
it's a
you
matter
get
of
it to sort of
logistics.
lay down, then it's sort of like the same motion. It's kind of like jacking off. Put your milk in and you get some goat milk. You might actually get a little jizz in there, but it's the price you pay, you know.
Flavor it
Nobody's
up.
going to notice in milk. I think I drank too much bleach tonight.
Do you have any other stories, St. Paul?
If anybody has any questions, you can email me at goatfucker@gmail.com. Oh, yeah, goat, just like that. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, shit.
Didn't sound like a goat
St.
guy.
Paul definitely sounds like an expert in this area.
Right.
Thank you, St. Paul. That was,
Mom, is that you? Mommy? Oh, shit, I think I'm going to be sick.
That was so great. Best friend.
Wow, that was so long ago that Dank Raven was on the show. That's the other voice you heard, and she hasn't been on the show in a long time. We had a falling out a long, long time ago. That was, yeah, I'd forgotten all about how amazing that shit was. The second, this one, like I said, this is about 18 minutes. This is when we went to video, and I still wanted to incorporate St. Paul, at least St. Paul's voice. So the only thing you see is me, but you hear St. Paul's voice. Like I said, the second video, I got a picture of St. Paul, like the actual, like the biblical drawing of St. Paul or whatever, to put up. So let's check this one out. This is on YouTube. It says SJ Show clip, the farm report with St. Paul. I'm sure you can just search the farm report with St. Paul. Not a lot of things are going to come up above this. I would like to think this is the number one thing that would come up. But more Joe Destruction, a.k.a. Brett Anthony, a.k.a. St. Paul from the farm.
Welcome back, everybody. Stoner Jesus Show. Live on the phone, we have a very special guest. As you can hear, it's been a long time since we've had St. Paul on the show. He's live from the farm with an update.
Oh, yeah, cow. Oh.
St. Paul, it's been a long time. How you been?
Oh, there's nothing like a cow tongue on your sack. What? Oh, hi, Cocaine Moses. Is that you?
That is me.
Oh,
Absolutely. And I've heard
hey.
that said before, but very common.
Oh, it's like oh, yeah. What are we talking about?
How's it been on the farm the last however long it's been since we talked to you? Quite a few months, actually, I guess.
Yeah, it's been busy. I got to go steal a lot of shit to take care of these animals. I mean, I just admit that on the show. I have to work very hard.
But you take good care of your animals. You're known for that.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do. I just fuck them once in a while. That's all.
Yeah, well,
It's a trade-off, you know.
Absolutely. You scratch their back, they'll scratch yours, as it is said.
They're scratching something.
Scratching the sack. So it's good to see that. Good to hear rather that things have been great there on the farm.
Oh yeah, I gotta stay busy. I mean, there's a lot of animals to be fucked. Can't have unfucked animals just wandering around.
I've heard that said as well. It's very common saying in certain parts.
I think it's in the Bible, isn't it?
It might. I have to go double
Thou
check.
shalt not have unfucked beasts or something. I don't know.
It sounds like something I would have said. Or at least somebody would have wrote it down.
Oh yeah, horse. Oh, just like that.
When you switch from the cow to the horse, it's multitasking.
Oh well, you got to keep it interesting.
Yes. So is there anything going on? Anything special going on in your world, in your community, St. Paul?
Well, from your lovely area of the Midwest there, Ohio has finally prosecuted their first bestiality case. Their new law, only new in the last year or so. These sick fuckers, I love it. An Ohio man, this is from the New York Post.
Wow.
Apparently, yeah, you've gone national with
All right.
Ohio animal fucking. An Ohio man spent more than 12 years in prison for sex crimes targeting kids. Oh, that's not right.
Oh, no.
Faced charges that he had sex with a dog. That's a definite step down. Or is it a step up? I don't remember. No,
When
wait.
you say
it's a step
kids,
up.
do you mean goats or do you mean children?
No, like actual children. So
Oh, yeah.
that's not cool.
No.
I mean,
Should've
baby
stuck to
animals,
dogs.
it's okay, but not kids. What?
Should have stuck to dogs.
Right.
Or went with
Oh,
goats.
shut up, Bessie. I'll be back. What's that?
Or went with goats.
Oh, yeah, chicken. Oh, chickens. Oh,
Wow.
oh, sorry, what?
That's a lot in 3.5 minutes.
Sorry. An Ohio man spent more than 12 years in prison for sex crimes. It's believed to be the state's first prosecution of its new law banning bestiality. So you sick fuckers in Ohio, this is the first time you've ever busted somebody for fucking an animal.
I'm sure it just started happening recently anyway.
Let's see. The date on it is September 22nd.
Yeah, I'm sure there wasn't much bestiality before that. There's a pretty new thing, I'd imagine.
No, of course. I think Ohio might be the new animal fucking capital.
Oh, there's
Next
something.
to Canada. Scott Turner of Cleveland was caring for a woman's dog named Athena. Oh, that's a hot name. On May 13th, when he performed oral sex on the animal.
Wow.
Wait, he did oral on a dog? I'm assuming that's a female dog. So he's eating out a dog. How do you get off on that?
Someone else's dog, no less.
I'm more of a taker, not a giver. I'm not a giving lover.
What are your thoughts on sex with someone else's dog or someone else's animal?
That's all good as long as the dog's hot. That's the important part.
It's a good standard.
Well, as religious figures, we get a lot of leeway,
Yes.
We could just kind of do whatever and just justify it by the Bible.
Hell yeah. Done that many times.
Let's see. Turner later admitted the act of abusing the dog in a letter. Was turned over to investigators from Cleveland's Animal Protection League. Those assholes. Fucking tried showing up in my place. Fuck you.
So he wrote
this
a
is
letter
an
to somebody that said this?
What's that? Shut up, you stupid cow. What?
He wrote a letter to someone telling them about how he ate out a dog?
Yeah, I guess so. Turner later admitted to the act of abusing the dog in a letter. What a freak.
Wasn't even an email, it was a fucking letter.
Yeah, he actually hand wrote a letter.
Wow. Commitment.
That it is. And it's like, physical evidence too, dumbass.
Yes.
The Cleveland Animal Protection League president, Sharon Harvey, that bitch, she said this is an unspeakable act, but at least we now have finally something we can do about it. A new law, new emphasis on new, Ohio. Nice work. Bestiality throughout Ohio took effect on March 21st, carrying a maximum penalty of 90 days in jail. Oh, that's just wrong.
Wow.
That's 90 days of not being able to fuck a cow or
That will
goat.
teach you. That'll teach you a lesson, that's for sure.
Oh, that's brutal. Before the new law, Harvey said investigators had to rely on animal cruelty laws to prosecute sexual crimes against animals. Now, who are they to say it's cruel? The animal likes it. You know, I mean, that's a rather subjective term if I can use more than one or two syllables.
They have to interview the animals and find out what they think.
Well, that's what she says. The victim in these cases couldn't testify, so they were difficult. Wah, too fucking bad, bitch. Stay out of my barn. Just 5 states nationwide. Oh, also in your area, lucky you. Kentucky, Hawaii, New Mexico, West Virginia, and Wyoming, and Washington, D.C. do not have laws criminalizing bestiality.
Wow.
Shit, I'm going to fucking Hawaii this year.
Open season.
According to the Humane Society of the United States, those assholes, 19 states animal sex abuse is prosecuted as a felony. They don't list those. I got to find out so I can avoid those places.
Yes.
A total of 11 states still consider bestiality legal as recent as just a few years ago.
Wow.
That's hot. I got to jack off again. All right, I'm done. Astoundingly, in some states, lawmakers have made cat calls, get it, cat calls, and mocked the idea of addressing this form of animal abuse. Wayne Pacell, whatever the fuck, president and CEO of the Humane Society of the United States, wrote in May. He's an asshole.
It's legal in your barn, right, St. Paul?
That's right. It's legal because I say it is, and I'm a prophet of the Lord, or what am I, a saint, or whatever the hell I am.
Something like that. Yeah, you're a saint. You made it. You made the
yes.
cut.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Here's another very believable story out of, this looks to be out of, where the hell is this?
It's not Ohio again, is it?
Oh, it's in Niger, in Africa. So you know it's got to be true. It's online. So it's got to be true. A 15-year-old teenager has been arrested by the Niger State Police Command for having sex with a goat. He lives in, I don't want to say his name. It's got his name here, but I don't want to get sued. He's a minor.
Isn't it just a bunch of like clicks and shit?
Yeah, his name is. He lives in Gabanu, I don't know, area of Basso, local government area of the state, was caught having sex with the goat, which is said to be one of the animals that roam his neighborhood. So it's a wandering slut goat.
Yeah. Wonder what it was wearing.
Just prancing that little ass around asking for it.
Now, to be fair, there's not a lot going on in Africa, I have to assume. You got to do something to pass the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to Niger, but it sounds pretty hot. I'm getting hard again.
That's where the hot goats are, is Niger.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading here. Suspecting neighbors reported. Oh, this is terrible English. We're in English, goddammit. Reported to a police operatives attached to Kapangunu Division. Following a tip-off, get it? Got to Edie's resident. Oh, I said his name, shit. To catch him in the act. Also, they actually caught him in the act. That's kind of hot, too. That's like those caught in the act videos on, the porn sites.
There you go.
I got beat off again. All right, I'm done. Neighbors who spoke after arrest said this is the second time the suspect has committed the same offense in the area. So he's a slut too, apparently.
I guess so.
State Police Public Relations Officer Babalola Adewole, who confirmed the incident, applauded the operatives attached to the Kapangunu. Shut the fuck up, cow. God damn it. Police division on patrol for apprehending the suspect, adding that a suspect will be charged to court on conclusion of investigation. What the fuck? These people don't know any language. What are they talking about?
Probably read better in Nigerian.
I guess. So apparently is now in prison. I'm thinking, or whatever goes for kid prison in Africa or Niger or I don't know. Another exciting bestiality news, sexy bestiality news. This one looks to be out of Chipo Sabata in Chinhoyi. Where the fuck that is? And Murrumbidgee man was caught sexually abusing a dog belonging to a local businessman in his kitchen. I'm all for fucking dogs, but I don't think that's sanitary.
Don't do it in the kitchen. Keep it to the barn. That's what you have a whole fucking barn for.
Exactly. Just pick a manger or a stall and go to town. Pleaded guilty to violating Section 74 of the Criminal Law Act. Whatever the hell. Mr. Rawaldzi reserved judgments as he wants Mwinga to be examined to establish his mental status. That sounds sane to me.
Yeah. Nothing wrong there.
No, that's perfectly normal. Who doesn't like a good dog fucking in your... Well, not in the kitchen, though. I can't condone that. I was with them until the kitchen part.
You gotta have standards.
Get a little dog jizz in your food, that's not going to taste good. You got to drink dog jizz straight. That's the only way.
Another helpful tip.
Yes. Prosecutor Patrick Murrumbidgee, whatever the fuck, told the court that he had lured 2 dogs into the kitchen. Oh, he was doing a 3-way. That's hot. He removed his trousers, started abusing a female dog. The other dog started barking, attracting the attention of his brother. Oh, that poor bastard. His brother turned him in for the simple love act of what are we talking about?
That was like the whole sitcom episode right there.
Yeah.
It's a whole half hour.
It's like Seinfeld with dog fucking.
Dog 3 ways.
Hona, who was mentally challenged, I call bullshit on that, went on to investigate why the dogs were barking in the kitchen. Oh, no, that's the brother. He peeped through the window, their words, and saw Mwinga abusing the dog. Neighbors in turn informed the police. He alerted neighbors who in turn informed a policeman, only identified as Constable Chirume. I'm fluent in this language. Can you tell?
Yeah, there's been a lot of tough names in this segment.
These are all very, very verifiable, believable stories.
Absolutely. You had a laugh track to that last one, man. It's fucking gold.
He was arrested. That's just wrong. And remanded into custody on to October 4th. I don't know what the hell that means. 2 October 4th. So he's in jail 2 October 4th and he can fuck again? I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of good bestiality news. I think the new presidential administration and their conservative ways, they're putting a bite in the, pun intended, into the the animal fucking hobby. Let's call it a hobby.
Think they're suppressing the animal fucking?
Yes, I think so.
The community is being oppressed.
Exactly. I think we're gonna make dog fucking great again, Jesus.
Yes.
Hashtag make dog fucking great again. Join my Twitter campaign on Instagram or whatever that shit is.
Well, I have to commend you, St. Paul, for your diligence in finding the bestiality news from all over the world. It's quite impressive.
Oh yeah, goat. Oh yeah. Every time that bell rings, my penis gets a little harder. What?
Wow, it's been ringing a lot.
Yeah. Oh, the goat's saying hi to you. Oh, hi. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think the quality animal fucking stories are just few and far between. There's not enough dedicated people out there like myself leading the charge. So we're gonna have to take to the streets and protest because that's like cool now.
Yeah, dying art form.
Yeah, everybody's doing it, so I got to get out in the action.
What if you go out and like start like find dog statues and shit and push them over?
Yeah, I like that. or like humane society statues.
Yeah.
So they don't believe in the beautiful act of lovemaking with, your house
Right.
cat or whatever.
Go burn down a PETA headquarters or something.
Yes, exactly. Those fuckers don't even want you to swat a mosquito, so fuck that. But, oh yeah, horse. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I still on the phone? Cocaine Moses, is that you?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay, sorry. How are you doing?
Things are going well, not as well as they're going for you, obviously, but we're hanging in there. Thank you, St. Paul.
Oh, horse cum tastes so good. Oh, thank you, Cocaine Moses. Keep up the
Lovely
good
as
work.
always.
I got to clean the pipes once in a while,
Yes, as it were.
Yeah, in so many ways. Thank you, Cocaine Moses.
Thank you, St. Paul. Till next time.
All right, brother.
Get back to focusing on what you were doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goat. Oh, just like that. Oh, man.
And there goes St. Paul. Another fantastic segment. Stoner Jesus Show.
Oh shit. So we got one more of those coming up. VDJ, I want to thank you for being on and chilling with us. I'm gonna take one more big bong rip
Yep.
for Joe Destruction, aka Brett Anthony.
He would definitely, he's definitely going to be missed. And you know what? Like, we are very lucky that we got to know him. And I know a lot of people in the world got to get to know him. And I think that's awesome. He is definitely going to be missed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Joe,
And condolences to his family too. So if his family hears this, condolences to his lovely girlfriend and his mom and the rest of his family. Yeah. Anyways, bong hoot and joint hoot.
Oh yeah. We will leave you with this. I think this was the last St. Paul from the barn. It's a little bit better, different, tilted a little bit. We have the picture of St. Paul this time, so it's a little bit later in time. But still, judging by the darkness in my beard, at least 5 years ago, I used to complain back then about how gray my hair was. Now look at me. I have tons of videos that are less than 6 years old of me with basically a brown beard. Now here we are. Life's done.
Poof, it happened so quick.
So we'll leave you with, I'm pretty sure is the last time St. Paul ever called us live from the barn. R.I.P. Joe. Enjoy.
Welcome back, everybody. Stoner Jesus Show live on the phone, on the Skype machine. As you can hear, St. Paul has returned after a long absence. How's it going, St. Paul?
Oh, hey, Stoner Moses, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How have you been? What have you been up to all these weeks, man? We haven't heard from you.
Oh, well, I got arrested a couple times. I wanted to get a hold of you around Christmas and tell you a happy birthday. Oh, shut the fuck up, goat. Get out of my face.
Needy goat.
But I got arrested a couple times. I was doing a live nativity for Christmas. And you know how that went. Apparently people don't appreciate bestiality being mixed in with their little story.
Yeah, a lot of kids there, I'd imagine, also.
I would never do that in front of kids. That's wrong.
Yes. You gotta have standards when you're doing something like that.
That's right. Bestiality is a beautiful thing between a person and a loving animal or something.
Yes.
I identify as a goat fucker. Damn it.
That's right. Anybody who's against that is a bigot.
That's right, you racist pricks.
That's
And
right.
fuck you, St. Peter, ripping me off for all these years. God damn it. What were we talking about?
You have any news from the barn, St. Paul? Well, please don't die on the air, St. Paul. That'd be horrible. Wouldn't be a viral video or anything if you just, died on the air.
Well, the other time I got arrested, I wasn't wearing anything. Probably part of the problem, but I got caught huffing methane off a cow shit in somebody's field, and I passed out.
Is that for like the drug effect, or is it an aphrodisiac, or is it like a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. A little from category A, a little from category
Nice.
or whatever.
Multitasking.
Yes. So I was kind of on the run for a little bit until I could get back to my secured, undisclosed location deep in the mountains of Animal Fuck Central, the St. Paul compound.
Nice. You got a lot of land there, St. Paul?
Yeah, the Holy Land, HOLEY.
Nice.
And bestiality news.
Yes, very important.
Let's see, this was in Grand Forks, from the Grand Forks Herald, North Dakota. A Crookston man, a bestiality charge after a former Polk County mailman accused of having sex with a dog has been dismissed, and it will avoid jail time for the burglary charge if he abides by his probation terms. So this guy can fuck a dog and steal shit, but if you got 2 joints on you, you're probably gonna go to jail.
That's right.
The fuck.
Don't smoke weed and fuck dogs.
Yeah, that either. Or just don't get caught.
That's right. Don't get covered with the weed part.
Yeah, he was arrested in February 2017 after a Polk County resident noticed his mailman, later identified as whatever the fuck his name was, George L. Chapman. I lost my place. What were we talking about?
It's gotta be very distracting there in the barn. Sounds like there's a lot of shit going on.
Oh yeah, go just like that. Oh, sorry. A Polk County resident noticed his mailman was spending a long time dropping off a package, it sounds like pun intended, in the homeowner's garage. According to court documents, surveillance footage from the garage revealed Chapman was engaging in a sexual act with the homeowner's dog. But just wait, that's not the weirdest part.
It's not.
He was, I think this was his story, wasn't it? Yeah, he was accused of performing acts on the dog and letting the dog perform acts on him. What the fuck is that?
Normally mailmen and dogs don't get along, but
Right,
these two
this is
seem
like,
to get along great.
yeah, this is breaking that stereotype
Yes.
in many ways.
That awful mailman dog stereotype.
Yeah, that terrible stereotype.
Replace it with the mailman fucks the dog stereotype.
Yes. Oh, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with
That's
that.
right.
Pure, wholesome American activity.
Absolutely. That's what I hear.
It says that right in the Bible. How many times I got to tell you? Don't you know anything about the Bible? God damn it.
It's been a while since I picked one up.
I forgot who I was talking to. Mom?
That's right. Stoner Moses wrote the Bible.
Mommy? Oh, yeah. Stoner Moses wrote it. A man in Lafayette, Indiana. What? Oh, 25-year-old was accused of, where the fuck did it go? God damn it. 25-year-old James Britton performed some disturbing acts with a dog. Oh, this is the story. Okay, this is the story. He pled guilty to bestiality and admitted, so my apologies to the last guy. He did not let the dog do that.
No, that changes everything.
Yeah. Admitting he performed sex acts on a male dog and had the dog perform sex acts on him. So what the fuck were those acts? Is he blowing the dog? He must be, right?
I would imagine. mean, I
don't think he really gives a dog a hand job.
didn't they do a whole South Park episode about that? The Red Rocket.
Oh yeah,
You a big South Park fan, St. Paul?
sure. Whatever it is, I love it. Well, yeah, the man asked a woman he met online to record him having sexual contact with a dog. What the fuck? How fun is that? That's a beautiful moment you're supposed to keep to yourself.
He wanted it for posterity.
Yeah, but yeah, and evidence in court. Stupid.
Yeah.
Fucking. Everybody's been talking about Facebook and all the hacking information and all that. This is the one I'm more worried about. This is according to the New York Post. Thousands of users hacked on bestiality website.
Oh no.
Thousands of users on a bestiality website have had their accounts hacked according to Motherboard. At least 3,200 email addresses, alleged IP addresses. Well, how could it be an alleged IP? It's either an IP address or it isn't, right? What? Birth dates, private messages between users. Oh, that had to be a fountain of information. Other personal information are among the accounts detailed being circulated on public image boards. So
Nice.
if you're a goat fucker that was into this website, you might want to check. It's just like when people went to check their credit, you know?
I guess it's not enough to be a goat fucker. You have to get on a website and find other people. I imagine you'd be like the king of one of those websites, St. Paul. King Paul, the bestiality website.
Yeah, if you go to stpaulgoatfucker.net.org.com, we have a whole message board and community there.
Nice.
United Animal Fuckers of America or something.
You just put in your email address and your social security number and you're ready to go.
Yes, credit card number, home address, blood type.
Yes, GPS coordinates for where the goat fucking will be happening.
Your preference of what kind of animal semen you think tastes better.
Yes.
It's important.
Weed out the posers.
So another state I got to add to my list of places that suck. State lawmakers in Louisiana passed a bill making it illegal for a human to have sex with an animal.
Oh, come
That's
on.
bullshit. Their new law,
Nazis.
brand new. That's this new wave of Nazism coming in. The bill makes sexual abuse of an animal a crime and sets penalties. Blah blah. Would require that sexually abused animals are removed from their abusers. So they're gonna, how do they know it's abused? Maybe he likes it.
That's
They're
right.
gonna tear lovers apart. It's just wrong.
Empty out the barn.
Yeah. That's why I have high security here.
I can imagine it's quite a setup.
Yes, of course. Got security all tied together with my Radio Shack camera system and my Commodore 64. Very reliable.
Nice. Current references.
Yes.
All the young people out there will understand.
Of course. They understand everything I say. It's the word of heaven or something.
Yes. You get to the Radio Shack, you have to drive by the Blockbuster.
Yes. Ahead of Louisiana, the Texas House had already approved expanded state penal codes for prohibiting bestiality. So Texas, fuck you. God damn it.
Wow. It's a lot of land. St. Paul's not going to be having any fun. Covers a lot of area.
Oh, sorry. I've been mixing in a little bit of shit-covered hay with weed. It's a little harsh. You get like an extra kick from it. Makes me hallucinate.
Nice. Psychoactive animal shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like shrooms, but you smoke it and it's not shrooms. What?
It's like shrooms, but instead of being shrooms, it's shit.
It's shit and hay and probably some urine, I would think, in there.
Yeah, it would there have to be.
You can smoke dried urine. A lot of people don't know that.
No, I did not know that.
My mom taught me that years ago.
Imparting important lessons.
That's right. In other news, earlier this month, a man who is best known for having sex with a dolphin made headlines insisting that he is definitely heterosexual.
Imagine being best known. That's what you're best known for.
Well, he identifies as being hetero, but he also identifies as a dolphin fucker. What's wrong with that?
There you go.
Bullshit, man. People giving him crap about it. This is according to pinknews.co.uk, so I'm sure it's reliable.
Sounds safe.
Yes. The story has prompted a lot of questions, namely, isn't it illegal to have sex with animals? So in our new tourist segment, here's our list, according to Pink News, of countries where it's illegal to marry your same-sex partner, but legal to have sex with an animal. Those gays are immoral. We got to stop those people. But
That's
animal
right.
fuck, that's good for you.
Don't stick your dick in a human ass. Stick it in an animal ass.
Japan is one of those countries. In 2017, a gorilla became a surprising meme after hundreds of people flocked to see him because of his handsome looks. The fuck is they that bored this country? Japan does not recognize same-sex marriage on a national basis. However, 7 cities have legalized same-sex partnerships. Who cares about that? Where's the animal fuck?
They got some fine ass gorillas, apparently.
Yeah, he's hot. He looks pretty hot.
Just ripped.
He is. Abs.
Yeah.
Cuba explicitly prohibits same-sex marriage or formal same-sex marriage, but there's no mention of bestiality. So that means it's okay. Another great place to go fuck animals. So I'll see you in Cuba this summer. Russia, they're not allowed gay marriage, but bestiality is okay. So that's good. Sounds like a friendly place. I'm not sure I know much about it. Sounds awesome. Sounds like paradise.
Yeah, that's what I hear about Russia.
Yeah. Chile is another country, or do you say Chile? But the president is saying earlier this year in her state address that she would send a bill to the Chilean Congress for marriage equality, but nothing about fucking animals. This is hot. I gotta beat off now. Mommy.
It's a lot of hay.
Hungary is
Smooth.
another country. Hungary. How the fuck you say that? Hungary? No, that's Indiana. You can fuck animals there.
Hungary.
Yeah, Romania. They don't like gay people either, but you can fuck animals there. So these countries, they got their priorities straight. It's
This is
good
a
to
long
hear.
list.
Philippines. Yeah.
I didn't expect that many countries to qualify for this category.
I was surprised myself. That's why I figured I'd start maybe like a charter service.
Yeah.
Tour all the animal fucking countries. Like
Nice.
Canada, too.
Maybe some kind of goat fucking cruise.
I like it. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, if you get out in international waters, it's open game.
That's right.
And open animal assholes.
When you're done with them, just push them overboard.
Exactly. No evidence. No fuss, no muss. Feed the sharks. We're doing a service.
That's right. Recycling, the circle of life.
Exactly. That says that in the Bible, too.
Yes.
Thou
it's-
shalt fuck animals and push them into the ocean.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's what
Bless
Noah.
you.
That's how Noah did it.
Yeah. It's good times.
It's a classic.
Oh, this chicken is looking sexy today. Mommy.
That's a big one.
Oh,
You got any other bestiality news, St. Paul?
Mom, is that you? I love you, Mom.
This is Stoner Moses. Hello? Uh-oh. I think we lost St. Paul. St. Paul's gone. Well, that's it.
I don't know if he's alive or if he's not alive. He may not be alive. That would be a shame. It'd be more of a shame if he didn't do it on air, like die on air. But there's St. Paul live from the barn. It's well, I don't know. I was gonna summarize, but I don't think there's a summary. It pretty much speaks for itself. We'll try to get St. Paul back on as soon as possible for the greatness. The greatness that is St. Paul. Stoner Jesus Show live, yo.